emergency Nasdaq and broader market update. If we look at the SAR here on the hourly and the 2 hourly and a couple different time frames, we have the bullish reversal signs, and this is the start of a complete reversal back into microscopic bullish territory. A lot of people have been going on about, oh, we're in a bear market now. We're not going to see a bull market until October or whatever. Macroscopically, we're in the most aggressive bull market in history. Objectively, factually, as long as we stay above this SNDL level, we're in a bull market. But microscopically, right? That's the long, big picture. Yes, this is a great time to be in stocks and to believe stocks only go up, which they of course do not. But on the near-term outlook, right? We've been bleeding. We were at all-time highs. We had that nice wick up, and then just absolute carnage. So, what is likely to happen in the future, Brandon? What are we looking at here? It's looking pretty good. On the hourly, we got both flips. We got the Supertrend and Parabolic SAR flip. That's your buy signal. On the 2 hourly as well, we got both of them. Just recently on the SAR, just today, all of this is happening today. Yesterday, we had basically nothing. Okay, yesterday we had the hourly Parabolic SAR flip, and that's pretty much it. As far as the major indicators that we like to use. On the 4 hourly, it's not looking as good, but I'm not really freaking out because typically when you're bleeding, it takes more than 1 day or two to flip the major time frames when it comes to the SAR and the Supertrend, the major territory gaugers, measurers, I guess you could say, as far as trend direction, right? So the 4 hourly and the daily, typically they don't flip in a day or two, because they are more macroscopic. They're harder to flip. So we did basically get almost a perfect rejection point on the Parabolic SAR with that candle wick up there. But what I want to see, actually, the most important thing is where we close today. If we look at the daily chart, we want to get a bounce off of where we are right now and close above 13,775-ish. Yeah, around that level. We want to close above that. That would be best case scenario for next week. If that happens, I personally may be adding more shares before and after hours today or whenever today, depending. But if we close above this support level, or it's a support and resistance right now, right? That's what we're trying to figure out right now. Right now, I would say it is more support than resistance, but the top of it may be a little bit of resistance. We got the 23.6% retracement level there. So, and we have not confirmed the breakout yet. We need to hold in this box at least for me to be at all comfortable with staying in the market for the short term. And better yet, what we really need is a bounce right now and a closing above this little part right here. We need a daily close above it. That's what we need. That's what we would love to have. Now, if we get a close in this level, am I selling out? Not necessarily. Now, if we get a close below this, that is kind of your panic zone potentially. Now, we're going to get into how I'm trading this and what I'm expecting, but those are some levels to watch. If we look at the Bollinger Bands here, we still have plenty of room to run. There is no reason to sell right now. Based on oversold, overbought, right? We're not overbought. We've got plenty of room to run. The Bollinger Bands, we're still closer to being to the bottom than the top Bollinger Band, which you can basically, that's basically the Bollinger Band, the little measurement thing I just did. It's basically just another way of saying the RSI, we're not looking too bad, right? They're a little bit different. But on the RSI on the daily, it matches up with the Bollinger Band little extrapolation I just did. So 48.88 is what the relative strength index 14 is indicating to us. So we are basically neutral. We've got plenty of room to run up, and we really don't have. Yes, we can fall and we can get killed and get more carnage. But at this point, it's actually not very likely. If we look at the MACD, we are still in very firm bearish territory on the daily here. Our small indicators, our small time frames are going to be pretty similar to the SAR and the Supertrend. Yeah, they're about the exact same. So there's nothing else really crazy to watch here. We do have kind of, on the 4 hourly, we do kind of have a double bottom, modified double bottom short term, right? We have a double top as well, macroscopically, right? Double top, boom, boom. But we also have a double bottom here, right? Well, I guess you could say more of a triple bottom, I guess you could say. If we look at the daily, it is going to be more double bottom, okay? So this is kind of, yes, it's a bullish chart pattern, but here's the thing. Does this microscopic chart pattern trump this macroscopic chart pattern? Typically, no. The higher time frame chart patterns you get, the more likely they are to come to fruition. But then again, you also have to factor in the nature of this sell-off. The market is irrational, but typically sell-offs like this that are this quick don't happen for no reason, and this one basically did, in my opinion at least. And we're going to go over all of the fundamentals. Well, not all of them. There's 1,000 macroscopically, right, for the markets, but we're going to go over some very important ones next. April 29th was when the markets kind of started going batshit crazy, right? This was the peak, right? And then it was just absolute death after that, just straight death. And the yields have actually, on the 10-year at least, been going significantly lower, right? That's a big drop off that we've just had. This is great news for the markets because we've been going down, bonds have been going down. So what does that signal to you? Hey, it might be a good buying entry right now, according to this, right? If you were just to look at one indicator, I'm not saying this is the one I would pick, but if we were just looking at this, you would be thinking that it's a great buy right now. Pretty much anything, Nasdaq is a good buy. Anything that's going down that's undervalued fundamentally or technical wise is a good deal, according to this. Now, taking a look at Janet Yellen. She clarified inflation's comments and basically walked them back, right? She said, so let me be clear, that's not something I'm predicting or recommending. And this is very relevant. This was like 2 days ago, right? This was May 5th. Yeah, it's May 7th right now. So this is 2 days ago. But here's the thing. This little article right here, her comments about inflation and raising interest rates and all that crap, that basically caused this massive gap down, right? Massive gap down. That's kind of what happened there. And she walked those comments back. So what does that mean? That kind of nullifies this sell-off in the first place, at least a little bit, right? At least a little bit. So you pair all these things together and the fact that a lot of people are freaking out. Oh, it's May, time to sell. Dude, the May is the 4th best market for the stock market on average since 1980, right? It's literally the 4th best month. Like, no, you should not be selling for that reason. Like, yeah, if you want to sell right now, if you have other reasons, great. But not for this reason, right? The average monthly stock market returns 1980, 2018. May is the 4th best month, my friends. So there's no, and now if you want to sell at the end of May or getting closer to June, June is the 3rd worst, right? And then come July, that's when you better have at least 10% to 75, 50, 75% of your portfolio in cash and buying power, ready to buy the dips that are likely, not guaranteed, but likely to come in August and September, okay? This is how we do it. You have to look at everything, okay? You can't just look at one indicator. Portfolio showcase and price targets. These are all my current positions, although this is not very updated. I don't update this very much anymore. But these are the price targets, my friends, and here is the portfolio. That is the portfolio. This is how you know I believe what I'm saying. This is how you believe I'm not a scam and I'm just bleeding you off a cliff, right? I have my own money invested in these companies. And in regards to how I'm trading this, I did take a fair amount of profit off of JMIA. At the time it was profit. Now I'm back down because the markets have been cooling off since we were streaming earlier. But we've got plenty of room to run, and we've cooled off. Most of our stocks here have cooled off significantly since the morning, and MP has gotten killed. I'm looking to add on MP. I'm not really freaking out. What you want to take from this is probably I'm not freaking out as far as the Nasdaq right now, at least. I think we've got plenty. I think we've got a long way to go, a long way to run. And a lot more growth left in the next week and today for our high growth stocks. But there's plenty of things that can set the Nasdaq on edge. I'm more bullish short term for a variety of reasons that we kind of just went over. But anything can happen. Please know what the hell you're doing before you're going to go and make some investing decision partly based off what I'm saying. Please just do your own research, guys. These are the price targets. Those are the current positions. Relevant information in regards to the toy. Let's finish now. What do we do now? BNGO full due diligence. Go pump that video right now. If you want to know about buying in on why this is my biggest position, that is what you want to do. It's linked in the description. Every video, it's linked in the description. Just go there. It's like the first thing or second thing. 74-page document. Nearly killed myself there. Go give that a look if you want to know about buying in on Trolls and Bears. That video is going to be coming, I think. Check the description for everything, including merch, which is what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing a sweet Auspicious dissenT shirt. If you want to grab that, the description is your place to go, along with there's a ton of free investing resources down there. There's a ton of cool stuff down there. Give it a look-see. Anyways, my friends, this is not financial advice. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all in the next one.